Hey, Zia, it's just Mrs. Pritchard. I'm just going to help you. So I'm actually on the Google form that I sent to your mom. So it says Unit 8 assessment, and we have all of the charts that you need. So here's the metric staircase. Here's one that you're going to use if you have a customary length, customary liquid, and then that customary weight. So as you can see, the first one I see is meters and centimeters. So that's metric. So we're going to make sure we come up here and we use our ladder. Okay, and what I did is I just kind of wrote it right here. So the first thing we do, remember, is no different. We're just going to code. So we are going from meter to centimeter, right? So remember, meter is kind of right in that middle unit, and I'm going to centimeter. So I'm going down the staircase, right? Okay. So on your scratch piece of paper, I would say, okay, I'm going from a larger unit to a smaller unit. And when I'm going down the staircase, I would be multiplying. Okay, so remember, that's your first step. Now you just see how many steps down you took. So if I'm at meter and I'm going to centimeter, I'd be going down 1, 2, 2 steps. So remember, we kind of practice writing an expression. So I take my starting one, which was 14 hundredths times 10, because every step we take is 10 and we took 2, so it'd be 10 to the second. Now, the third step is you just have to think, how are we going to shift our decimal? Because metric, we can just shift. So if I'm multiplying it, okay, would I be shifting it to the right or the left? Yeah, I should be shifting it to the right because it should be getting larger. So if here's my decimal, I'm going to shift it 2 places to the right, 1, 2. So it's kind of sitting at the end of that number, which means we made it into just a whole number. So 14 hundredths of a meter is equal to 14 centimeters. It's going to take more of them because they're smaller. Okay, so this is what I want you to be using when you see any metric ones. Okay, you can also use this chart when you are doing some of those multi-step word problems. Okay, now let's say we have a customary one. So I'm going to go down here so I can see all of these are metric, and then we start to get into some customary. So let's do this one. So let's do 180 inches is how many yards? Okay, so we're going to do this one. Now, if we're doing inches and yard, that is customary length. So I'm going to look for that chart, which is right here, because this is where we need to use a magic number, because it's not metric. Now, our steps are going to be the same. We're going to code it. So if I'm going inches, which are really, really small, and I'm going to yards, okay, so think of yard as being like the length of your desk at school. I can probably know that inches are the smallest, so I'm going smaller to larger. And if I'm going kind of to a larger unit, you can still think of going up the staircase. I'm going to be dividing. Okay, now here's where you have to look at this chart to find that number. So I'm going to put my 180. I know that I'm going to be dividing. Now I have to figure out how many inches are in 1 yard. So let's look at our chart here. How many inches are in 1 yard? Ooh, so if I look right here, there's 36 inches in 1 yard. So this 36 is my magic number. So I'm going to do 180 divided by 36. Now that's not a fact I expect you to know off the top of your head. So we might have to come down here and work it out. Now I know 36, I'm trying to figure out how many times it can go into 180. So I might need to try, and if it ends in a 0, like I might want to try 5. So over here, I'm going to do 36 times 5. So 5 times 6 is 30. 5 times 3 is 15. Ooh, plus 3 is 8. Oh, I love that. So it goes in perfectly 5 times. So 180 inches, once we did the math, is equal to 5 yards. So it's the same step, but this is going to be a little bit different when you do customary because you're not shifting the decimal. Shifting the decimal is only metric, but we have all of these charts here to help you. Okay, so remember you code it. Okay, then you kind of write your expression and then you either shift the decimal or you might have to do some actual math in the customary. Okay, and Isaiah, use these charts to help you with those word problems. And the word problems, I just want you to do your best. They're hard, but I did comment on number 1 to kind of help you get started. Okay, so I hope this helps. Let me know. Okay, thanks.